Thank you for joining us once again for Devotions with Brother Aaron. I've entitled today's devotion, Digging Up Bones, or subtitled, Stuff. That's a good word, isn't it? Stuff. In a devotion I did a couple of days ago, I mentioned a quote from C.S. Lewis. He said, "Life is like a set of monkey bars. Somewhere along the way, you have to let go to move forward." I have learned that sometimes the hardest things to let go of in our lives are the things we place there. Now, I just believe as I'm recording this devotion, somebody specific needs to hear this today. Again, life is like a set of monkey bars. Somewhere along the way, you have to let go to move forward. Sometime back, Marianne and I resumed responsibility for the house where we raised our children. We've owned it all along, but our oldest daughter Heather and her family were living there. Another of our houses came open. It's the one where Momma and Daddy raised my siblings and me. Immediately, our daughter Heather decided she wanted to live there. So, long story short, that's what happened. Because we owned the house all along, Marianne and I never did anything with all our stuff we had stored there. We have beds, a piano, a grandfather clock, pictures on the wall, and all kinds of other stuff there. There's a huge barn in the backyard. It was filled with almost 40 years of stuff. As we began remodeling the house, we realized we no longer had a choice. We had to deal with the stuff we had accumulated. So we started with the barn. I rented one of those long roll-off dumpsters, and for 3 Saturdays, along with our girls, sons-in-laws, and grandchildren, Marianne and I worked in the sweltering Georgia heat and humidity cleaning that barn. Listening to and watching Marianne and the girls was like having old home week. You would hear a scream of delight followed by, "Oh, I remember that toy or doll or whatever it was from when I was 4 years old." Then, together, they would all take a stroll hand in hand down memory lane. Now, I must admit that I'm the one who doesn't like to get rid of stuff. But somewhere along the way, the sweltering heat and the oppressive humidity Georgia is known for, coupled with my age and fatigue, got the best of me. The girls were asking, "Daddy, what do you want us to do with this?" And it was almost like I had an out-of-body experience. Something took control of me, and I began to utter the words, "Throw it away. I'm in a get-rid-of-it mode, so throw it away." Both girls looked puzzled at each other. Then one said, "Quick, throw it away while he's in a get-rid-of-it mode." And they did. It took 3 Saturdays to get rid of the vast majority of almost 40-plus years of accumulated stuff. But to move forward with where we wanted the house and the barn to be, it had to be done. I've told you a story about us cleaning our barn. However, that's not really the focus of this devotion. The real focus is on our lives and the stuff we have accumulated over a lifetime. And again, the hardest things to let go of are the things we put there. I want you to hear me as I drill down a little. Listen, stuff has memories attached to it. It has strings and emotional attachments. For some strange reason, even though it may sit in the barn for almost 40 years, literally and metaphorically speaking, there's some measure of comfort and satisfaction in simply knowing it's there. Some of our emotions and memories are good. Some are bad. Sometimes we like going to the barn and revisiting things that make us feel nostalgic or happy or even proud. But sometimes, if the truth were known, we revisit things we are holding on to that make us angry and stir up bitterness, hurt, and discontent. Things that Randy Travis sang a song about in his song, Digging Up Bones. He said, I'm digging up bones, exhuming things that's better left alone. I'm resurrecting memories of a love that's dead and gone. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. That's a love song he wrote, but the lyrics carry the same meaning of what I am speaking about today in this devotion. Sometimes we are guilty of digging up things that are just better left alone. Perhaps somebody here in this devotion today needs to have a barn cleaning. Remember what C.S. Lewis said. Life is like a set of monkey bars. Somewhere along the way, you have to let go to move forward. Did you hear that? Somewhere along the way, you've got to let go to move forward. Sometimes you have to get into a get rid of it mode and get rid of your stuff. I feel in my spirit, as I said to start this devotion, this is for somebody specific today. If it's you, take it, and then take the appropriate actions because of it. Lord, for whoever you have sent this devotion out today to hear, let them hear, let them receive, and then let them act upon what they've heard and received in a way that would be pleasing to you. And I ask this in your name. Amen.